two platforms right now. We're on Instagram and we're also on Insta. So listen, we talk about the Damar Hamlin hit. You see what happens there. He actually made a tackle, and from the tackle, it caused him to go into cardiac arrest. It caused his heart to stop beating for a second because you can see time, and they were giving him CPR, and they were trying to give him oxygen. He made the tackle, and as soon as he made the tackle, he fell right back down and was basically unconscious. And at first, we thought maybe he just, he just took a hard hit, and he just needed to get hurt on the NFL field, and you need to be carted off. They cart you off in the cart, and you're going. You get carted off in the cart, and then you're going, and they take you back into the back room. But in this situation, in this case, he didn't get carted off in the cart. They brought an ambulance on the field. Now, when they bring an ambulance on the field, the NFL has no type of protocol for bringing an ambulance on the field. So bringing an ambulance on the field says that something dangerous is happening. And once we found out that that Damar Hamlin was unable to actually breathe on his own, it became a very dangerous situation. And then we had to come to an understanding on whether or not they were going to continue the game. Me personally, I'm happy they didn't continue the game because it didn't make sense to continue the game. This man's hurt. This man's not breathing. This man is dying. And football is a sport of entertainment. And even though it's all entertainment, even though they're doing it from in the world, you're going to get people to be out there operating at 100%, trying to go their hardest, and they're thinking about what just happened. Because no matter how strong you are, how tough you are, how mentally strong you are, no matter how much of a beast you got on the inside, you're gonna be thinking about that tackle every time. You're gonna be thinking about what happened to him. You're gonna be thinking about him. There's no way in the world you can get up the part and play as hard as you possibly can if you remember that exactly that happened to him. It's a very very hard. I'm gonna get right back into football and go hard. You can't go hard after that. After seeing that, it's impossible to go hard. After seeing that, I saw what's the name on how you doing, bro? I saw what's the name on the field. He was crying. The quarterback for the Bills, he was crying. I saw Diggs was on the sideline crying. I saw people praying on the sideline. A lot of people were completely affected by the hit that Damar took. You know what I mean? And it was kind of a high tackle. So what happens is, some people may think that he got hit to the neck. He didn't get hit to the neck. The shoulder pads hit him right in his chest. It was like it was restarting his heart or something like that. Because as soon as he got up, he just went completely limp. You know what I mean? Hey, how you doing? I didn't even see who you were. I was trying to see the live out to everybody. How you making? How's everything?
We held it down the last time you had it. You remember me? I did the poetry.
Oh yeah. Yep. I remember you. Yep. How you doing? So did you watch that football? Did you watch what's happening on the Forces today? Yeah, that's a very hard thing to deal with right there.
I think they suspended the game. Did they go ahead and suspend the whole thing?
I think they should suspend it indefinitely.
They suspended the
game.
That's
our conversation in the house. We have two different views.
But they can't suspend it indefinitely because of ability seeding.
But they want them to play it tomorrow. I don't think they should play it tomorrow.
I don't know when they're gonna play it, but
they said tomorrow.
They may. They don't know. They don't actually know when, but they
already issued out a statement.
So here's the deal. This is my take on it. I'm sure by being a sports fanatic and to know how men actually think, he would want them to play.
I know he would want them to play, but I just was looking at their faces.
He's gonna want them to play. He definitely wants them to play.
He's want them to play for the sake of you got to keep pushing on. But I understand from a mother's perspective and a female's perspective. It's just the nature of it. It's about the health for him, and that's where I'm a football coach. I know both ways.
Me too. We are too.
So I totally understand. We're going to do this in your honor. So we're going to keep it going because we still got to eat.
Yeah.
We still got to live. And it's money to be, and it's not just about the money, but it's a lot of people that are affected by it. So if you're going to play in my honor. Go hard for it.
Yeah, because we had
keep moving.
We had a kid that we coached, and his mom died the day of the championship game. And he played for his mom. And they won. Yeah. And absolutely. He made every last touchdown for his mom.
Absolutely. And it's easier said than done, but when you do it for a purpose, for this mama, for the mama, let's go. You put it to the side, because at the end of the day, you can't bring her back.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do this in her honor.
Not only that, we had my daughter coach died in front of her face on the field, and they had to come back and play more games. So I understand
it's
that.
About how you're able to recover It's about how you able to recover, and you got to disperse that energy in a way, in a positive way. Because although it sounds crazy, it's life.
Mm-hmm.
Life is full of unexpected, and it's how you apply it. Now you ask me now, with my kid, I'll probably all over the floor. I'll be like jelly. But because I know his heart and I know what he would want me to do, I'm gonna go hard. I'm going hard in the paint. So my words say, you cannot do me. You definitely be able to do it. If he say go, I'm going. Let's go. I'm ready.
That's exactly how it is in the football field. Yep, that's exactly how we think. If one of ours goes down, we're gonna get in the huddle. We're gonna start chanting. We're gonna start getting hyped up. And we're gonna be like, "Yo, let's do this for him." And then everybody's gonna be on 150 because of him. And because of him, we're gonna go extra hard.
Absolutely, but the only thing I would say in this instance, don't try to hurt another person.
Yes.
It ain't about going, because your mental is like, I'm about to fuck it. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Go with the aspect of winning without trying to hurt the next person, because this is what you want to avoid.
Yeah. See, the only difference about football is if you amp up and you get to 100, it turns everything to 100.
Down.
Your tackle's gonna be at 100. Your hitting's gonna be at 100. Your speed's gonna be at 100. So you're gonna be bringing it. If you was hitting people at a 45, you're gonna be hitting people at a 65 now.
That's why it's gonna happen.
So if we go,
that's why he got back up.
They go hard. If they go hard for him, they're gonna be hitting harder, and everything's gonna be a little harder, a little faster.
Absolutely. I was there when I wasn't there when it, but as I heard what said, when he collapsed, they did CPR on him. But I want to make sure as long as they have someone from the team there with him to represent, saying, "We got him over here. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all gotta do. We good."
Well,
have somebody there with that man.
Yeah. And his family was there too.
They was in the stands. They came out to the field.
Absolutely.
They came out to the field with an ambulance with them.
But the crazy part is they only played 8 minutes of the game, but had to do 9 minutes of CPR.
Do what you better save his damn life. That's what you better. Don't give a damn. Save him. Save him.
Yeah, like
it's what you have to have medical attention. You gotta work. You better save him. Save the man. He giving you all his life and his health. Save that man.
Yeah, 24 years old.
Only 24. You never expected to happen to such a young dude to have something like that. But like that, the hit that he took, there was something else happening.
Like a doctor,
there was something else happening in that situation. Something else was going on.
They were saying that it was his heart. It was like at the right time, at the right place.
That it hit his heart in between beats or something like that. In between
beats.
And it caused his heart to reset.
It was a doctor.
It caused his heart to get off track or something like that.
Yeah, I'm about to see what he was. I'm about to bring it back up.
You know, that's what it was. Something caused his heart to get off track just a little bit, because you can see that the man's shoulder pads hit him right in the chest.
To me, it wasn't a clean hit.
That means it was a legal hit. It wasn't a legal hit. It wasn't illegal. So he don't get.
Yeah, it wasn't illegal. He just tackled high.
To me, he tackled too high for me. That's one thing, and that's one thing about these coaches to me. That's one thing about these coaches to me. They hype up that hitting, like that high hitting. They don't correct it. That's just my whole main agenda. When I coach, I'm working on your hitting form, making sure you're hitting low, making sure you're doing right.
I absolutely respect it. I respect it. But sometimes things happen,
but just the way that play conformed, he was not gonna be able to get love because the ball just ran right up on him. He was already too high.
Right,
Only he can do is wrap up, and he just hit him right in the chest.
It's just so many things that back in the day you couldn't. The Minnesota them boys was was strong enough to take these hits because it would get a hit hard back in the day.
Yeah,
you can barely touch because they're not built the same way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And now people are complaining. So I have two things that I feel about it, because people are complaining because of the NFL now, but they also were complaining like a couple years, like 3 years ago when they started changing a lot of the rules, and they were complaining, we can't touch these players. These players are soft now. So which one is it? Now y'all backsliding.
Yeah, it was more. That was more on a thing for the quarterback.
Have to suffer this point, but to the chest.
Yeah, see, look, we're gonna share this thing with this guy said here.
Okay.
What we just witnessed tonight is one of the most rare things we can see in sports medicine, as Damar went down with what appeared to be cardiac arrest after taking this hit on the field. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and on this channel I try to teach you about sports medicine world and give you some insight into what we see on the field. What we saw happen tonight is not related to any sort of vaccines, This is almost certainly something called commotio cordis, an extremely rare condition that's one of those things that we typically only think we're going to read about in textbooks. Essentially what can happen is if you have a blunt to the chest that occurs at exactly the right time in the cardiac electrical cycle, your heart can be sent into cardiac arrest. As Hamlin comes in here, we can see this square hit to the front of his chest. We see him get back up momentarily before ultimately collapsing back down to the ground and requiring CPR on the field. This is a tracing of our heart's electrical activity. Basically, this is one cycle of the heart squeezing. It starts off with this P wave, which is the electrical activity of the atrium at the top of the heart squeezing, then the QRS complex, which is going to be the ventricles acting. But then the last phase is this T wave, where the ventricle basically depolarizes and kind of resets to get ready for the next cycle. For commotio cordis to happen, you have to suffer this blunt trauma to the chest at exactly the right moment, specifically on this upstroke of the T wave, in order for the heart to then be sent into this arrhythmia and subsequent cardiac arrest. This is one of those things that not only do you have to have a high enough force, but it has to happen within milliseconds of a time window, because if that impact comes at any other time in this electrical cycle, you're fine, you don't go into this. But when it happens at just this right time during this upstroke of the T wave, and if it's high enough, then you can have this thing called commotio cordis. We typically think of it happening in baseball players whenever they get hit in the middle of the chest with a hard-thrown ball, but unfortunately that looks like what is most likely to have happened here with Hamlin. Treatment like this is obviously CPR and defibrillation as quickly as possible, because this can absolutely be a life-threatening thing. Again, this is not something that people should go speculate about vaccines or anything like that causing this cardiac arrest. There was a clear contact, a clear trauma, and I think a clear reason why, unfortunately, this happened for Hamlin. My thoughts and prayers go out to the player, go out to his family, everybody else there on the field, the medical staff taking care of him. This is an extremely serious thing. One of those conditions that, like I said, you hope, you pray, you never actually see as a medical provider. And hopefully this was educational. Let me know as always any questions or comments down below. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.
So I am looking up what the cardiac arrest is. There's most cardiac arrests occur when a diseased heart's electrical system malfunctions. So he already had heart problems. And if he didn't, he had. So that means his physicals were not supervised.
And we're not done right.
His EKG, he should have had EKG.
Like
So I mean, they'll figure it out. They're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, now my man right here, he knows football, so let me bring him up, see what he thinks. He's a football guy. What is it? I can't see it.
Go live, right there.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him up here, because he knows.
He was already requesting.
He's a football coach. You know what I mean? Marv right here, he knows football. I'm see if he can get him up here. But just something happened. Something happened. The doctor said that hit him right at the right time. That is like crazy.
That's crazy
for
when you think about like the second.
The millisecond.
Yes.
Hit that heart right at the right millisecond for it to happen.
And at the right spot.
The right spot.
They said had it not hit at that particular moment, none of this would have happened.
Yeah. So like
he would have got right up. So it's like in the middle of a pause.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it made it restart.
And extended this call his heart to go into a.
When it made it restart, then it's completely stopped.
We was waiting for Mar. Mar hit that.
He went back out and came back in for something. It must have let him come out. It's just, it just was. That's terrible. I mean, I didn't want none of my kids to even.
To be honest, the equipment is not made the same anymore. And that required a lot of padding.
Yeah, see, that's the thing too. Like, the problem too. The problem too. What happened to him is now they wear these really small shoulder pads.
Absolutely.
Now, if he'd have been wearing the standard size shoulder pad, he had a chest plate on.
He would have penetrated to his chest.
Yeah, he'd had a chest plate on.
They're so light and weight free in ounces. So he just need to look good.
Yeah.
That would take shit.
He was trying to use a light one just for more speed because he's a safety. But if he'd have been wearing the regular shoulder pads, it'd have been a chest plate right there too. So when he got hit, the chest plate would have saved him from that.
Absolutely.
But the new shoulder pads, they come down really short, so they don't really go to the chest
Absolutely.
like that.
Absolutely.
They're just designed to protect your shoulders, not anything else.
And your chest. Everything it was designed for. When they had the next first made stuff, that's what it was designed for. It was made for protection, not for looks.
Yeah.
Not for looks.
And they don't even wear leg pads, knee pads, and thigh pads.
They don't wear it no more. It's built into the pants. It's built into the pants.
But if you see quarterbacks, they be so big. They be almost like the Christmas movie.
Keepers have more protection on than everybody else.
Yeah, they be like the boy a Christmas Story. Remember, he couldn't, after his mom wrapped him up and dressed him, he couldn't walk. That's how quarterbacks be.
Absolutely. They have to be because that's the prize. That's the nucleus. That's the nucleus of the team. Absolutely. So I saw it.
I don't know. I just don't want them to play tomorrow.
Hey, the NFL gonna make that call.
I know, because it's money on the line.
Absolutely. Everybody gotta eat.
And it's politics and it's money.
What is that, a Drake?
Yeah, she's dirt in her hair.
Y'all mind if I share a piece about grandma?
Huh?
Y'all mind if I share a piece about grandma?
Yeah, go ahead.
Grandma's hand clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hand played the tambourine so well. Grandma's hand used to issue out a warning. She said, "Baby, don't you run so fast. You might step on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass." Grandma's hand. You see, when we used to appreciate our grandmamas, we would clean our rooms and made good grades, and not a day went by without us telling her that we loved her. And now it seems that things have changed. Respect is rejected. Children neglected. Schools are hacked, and they dare your ass to say some shit. Perception is the reflection of misguided direction, and the blind leading the deaf, and they barely know they right from their left. And nigga is a trigger if you ain't a nigga. Go figure. Everybody's getting a pass, and 33 registered, but only a few show up to class, and it's no longer earned your keep. Say excuse me, then wait to be acknowledged before you speak, and wash your dirty ass hands into your grace before you eat, boy. And then you claim that you came into this world alone. What's wrong? Okay.
You talking to us?
Oh yeah, I didn't know I was reading something.
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay, well I guess 10 months in my womb and you never considered this house your home. You see, I built this foundation, this stage, and this throne. And when times turn to darkness, hell, I made sure that the lights stayed on because I'm your Georgia power. I'm your built-in PhD, graduated magna cum laude of Life University. You see, I am your educator, your peacemaker, your navigator, and your motivator. And when the trials and tribulations of life nearly got the best of me, it was you that I thought about, and I earned my motherly degree. You see, you are the life of me. You are quick to point the finger when life offers you a slice of humility, knocking you on your ass, and rather than take a seat, you want to blame everything on me. But baby, I'm your safety. I'm your loyalty. I held your ass down like gravity, willing to sacrifice every bit of me before death finds you at 23. You see, I am the air that you breathe. I'm your lawyer, your voice, your jury, and your transporter. And when tears poured from your eyes, baby, I was the judge to restore order, because I'm your justice. I fought for you, took shots for you. I lost sleep for you. I almost died for you. I'm your protector. I won't lie to you. I'll never deny you. I shed tears. I won't judge you. I'll even forgive you. And I'll make time for you because I'm your supporter. I'll counsel you. I'll even cover you. My heart I'll always give to you. And I'll cherish you. So my promise to you is to guide you. I'm your shoulder. I'm going to always love you. And I'm going to respect you. This is my promise to you. But the one thing I will not do is to continue to be denied by you. Because, baby, I'm your mama. Grandma's hand clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hand played the tambourine so well. Grandma's hand used to issue out a warning. She said, Baby, don't you run so fast. You might step on a piece of glass. It might be sex step in that grass. Come on. And, oh.
That was good.
That was awesome.
My grandma, that touched my heart because my grandma's raised me.
Yeah, that's the piece that has to do, except timeless piece. I think it's always relevant. You know, you touched my soul. I made it most thuggish me. Oh my God, you made me cry. My grandma be here. I said, boy, you gotta straighten your face up. And my grandma.
Yeah, that's yeah, because that's my grandma raised.
So my heart goes out to him. My heart goes out to that guy.
Dear Lord, the battle we go through life. We ask for a chance is fair. Chance equal. Building your own.
So what's your take on you said you don't think they should play tomorrow?
I'm so my house is divided. Some of the kids that know about it, and some are saying yes, and I think not, because I was just looking at the players' faces. They were all
Right. So it should be up to the players to decide if they want to play.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that.
If they say no, we need some time, then fine. But if they say we're gonna go hard, let them go.
Okay, now if they say that, then yeah. But when you look at them players and the coaches and how they were on the field and all around them, it just was like they were just like.
But as a mother, as a team, as a team that says to a family, y'all better make sure he's good. You make sure that he good before you step back on the field. And a coach, the actual president, whoever, y'all make sure y'all at his house. Y'all need to get down at the hospital, whatever it's at, because at the end of the day, it's a family. And when he gives you the okay, y'all go ahead and go do that shit. But you make sure he all right, because that's gonna let them know they really do care about me. I go hard for y'all. I'm your cash cow. I'm your cash cow. I'm one of the cash cows. Make sure you gotta make sure your cow keep producing milk.
Yeah, because here's safety.
And the rest don't will follow you. Because what happens is, if I see how you treating this one, and he hurt, I ain't got a chance of hell.
Yeah.
So why would I go hard for you?
That's what happened with Kaepernick. What happened with Kaepernick? As soon as he took his knee, they disowned him. That was my quarterback.
And he stood 10 toes down in it.
That's why I said. That's why the 49ers was my team. That was my team all the way because I like Kaepernick. So, Russell Wilson.
You know what? I'm glad you said that name. I got to do an acronym for Kaepernick.
We on the line.
It's going to be fire. I'm going to try that bad, but it's a long...
And then when you watch his movie, and then let's think about his documentary about sports and his life. He says it's just a slave mentality of being in them sports and all of that. If you watch his
Kings
show,
are empowering people. Even kings always empower people. No, kings always empower. Kings always elevate. Kings always express pain, even risking negative impact. Wait, I like that one. Kings always express pain, even risking not involving critical knowledge. I can't do critical knowledge. Kings always express pain, even risking new individual, not individually. I gotta get that CK, but it's KAEPERNICK. Kings or knowledge. Knowledge always express pain. Knowledge always exercise. I like the king part. Kings are empowering people. Kings are expressing pain, even risking, even raising negative negative into. I can't get that. I gotta get it. Give me a moment. I'm gonna get it. Kings are expressing pain. Kings always express pain, even revealing negativity in. You ready? Even revealing negativity in choosing kneeling. There it is. Kings always express pain, even revealing negativity in choosing kneeling.
Nice.
He kneeled.
Mm-hmm. He kneeled. They got him right. They got him right out of here too. He was a good quarterback too. He wasn't like he was declining in his prime. It was in his prime. He was a great quarterback. He just decided he was gonna fight and stand up for something. And then the powers that be was like, nah, you're not gonna do that. We're gonna make an example out of you. No matter how great you are, you're out of here. You know what I mean? Then you can have other people doing the same thing. And they'll keep them right where they belong at.
Kneel. I like that. I gotta write this one, Kaepernick. One last one is freedom of speech. Mm-hmm. That one is that one right there. And it did its job, right? I said, because Kevin Hart just got in trouble not in trouble, but he had a little tailwind about the things he was saying. They say the way you keep a black man, a black person ignorant is putting the information in the book, right? That's what they say. I got freedom of speech. I wrote it down. I can't remember it. But it started out with fuck religion. And when I say that, why you say it? Because it's freedom of speech. It goes, fuck religion. I can't remember it, but I wrote it. So when I said those two words, everybody got riled up. Because they don't know that even freedom of speech has a time and a place. They don't even know that. What's wrong? You can't. Freedom of speech is still selective. You can't just speak because it's your freedom. It isn't. They say you have freedom of speech in specific times and specific places. You don't have a right to speak whenever you want to speak. They don't really understand that. It's a time and a place for you to speak. That's why they have the Miranda right. They say you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law.
That's not freedom of speech.
People don't say, well, I got freedom of speech. You have freedom of speech when I say you can say it.
Yeah, see, there's really no such thing as freedom of speech because you can't shout fire in the middle of a movie theater.
You can't say bombing. You can't say any of that.
Yeah, and
you can't inflict it, especially
terroristic threats.
There it is.
You can't kneel in the middle of a football game and say I'm fighting for somebody's rights.
You can, but you gonna get a healthy fine.
Yeah.
and not looked at again.
Oh, you want that's an expensive knee, baby. That's an expensive knee.
Mm-hmm.
You what?
Absolutely.
You need the insurance and put insurance on that knee.
Absolutely. This knee has been insured progressive.
Yeah, like
nationwide.
Somebody.
I was telling somebody, I said, you know what? I would never wear a shirt that says I can't breathe.
Me neither.
I don't support that. Want to know why? Because you're sitting there recording my son. I've been snatched away from him. In an instant, I said, I thank you for it. But in another instant, what the fuck with everybody else? Why y'all in this shit? I would have, if it was my kid, free will. Anybody can get it. This is equal opportunity. He ain't down today. I'll go before he will. I'm taking you out.
Yeah,
I just said, how can you sit there and watch your violence? How you sit? They say everybody want to get to heaven, but ain't nobody willing to die.
Yeah, I couldn't get with that black. I wouldn't let my kids wear a Black Lives Matter
Well, I
shirt.
don't even say. I don't even say it. Matter of fact, my cousin wrote a piece about George Floyd, and I shared it. It's not a piece, it's the actual. It's send it to me. It goes like this. It's He's really, really good. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. I'm tired of black people dying. Yeah, they my people. It's a movie, but it's more than one. It's time to end the sequel. They say land of the free, but the freedom ain't really equal. Yeah, they beating us and killing us. Everything is so. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We're at my bad. It was nice on it. I love to get back. It's a really nice piece. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, we can take it back to it. Yeah, that is my people. It's a movie, but it's more than one. It's time to end the sequel. They say land of the free, but the freedom ain't really equal. Yeah, they beating us and killing us. Everything is illegal. We was walking the streets and we trying to keep it so peaceful. Now we angry and we rioting, saying that it's illegal. Now treat us like the bad guys, but y'all the ones that's evil. So this one for my people. See the color of my skin, and now they choose to act up. Hands in the air, but they still call for backup. Black man trying to get, just trying to get his racks up. If we in the club, they gon' shoot before they act. Color of my skin, so now they gonna tag us. Every time we come around, they look at us as bad luck. Black woman crying, she just trying to get her cash up. They doing too much, they gon' beat us and harass us. And for questions, they don't give us the answers. Black men dead, man, I swear it be so random. We already fed up, how much can we handle? Black with mine, they more worried about the vandal. Government corrupt, man, it's something like a scandal. Cities burning down, catching fire like a candle. What we gon' do next? Queen is living this example. Calling paper late, ain't no stopping no banner. They going on for hundreds of years and they still doing it. Trying to keep our cool and keep it peaceful, now we losing it. They see us as a target, they can't stop themselves from shooting it. Man, I swear I'm over this, like when it's gonna be over with. Sorry for protect, but I swear that they not showing it. They kill with no regret, and they show us no respect. They might slam you on the ground, it couldn't even saying you can't breathe, and ain't no heartbeat in your chest. Then you finally get. So that's pretty much the piece. This is a timeless piece. And this is going to be relevant for a very long time. It's a really nice piece, I think. And not because he's my cousin, but because it has a deep message in it. He talked about Kaepernick. He talked about a lot of the stuff that's going on. A really good piece.
Yeah, that's a good piece. That is, it's forever. Like, it'll be forever. Be able to play here.
It's a timeless piece. Absolutely. It's going to always be relevant. But the crazy part is at the very end of the piece, Martin Luther King was speaking at the beginning and at the end. He said, and 100 years later, our black people still ain't free. He said that when he was alive. And that's what crap. I said, well, damn. It's been going on forever. So this is going to be fun.
See, the powers that be, they're going to let some trickle up. The most time they're going to keep their thumb on the majority of the people. They're not gonna let us be completely the way we should be. And you have some people being like, oh yeah, I'm all for the equality and all that stuff. But deep down inside, you still have a lot of people out there with these with racism in their heart and all that stuff in there. A lot of people in here with bigotry. They feel in a certain way. They don't like blacks to a certain degree, and they'll laugh in your face, cut your throat behind your back. You know what I mean? Lots is gonna happen. You know what I mean? You're never gonna get the cops. You got the cops doing certain things right on their own. You know what I mean?
And a lot of times, but you gotta be careful because it's this color. It's doing it to ourselves. We doing it to each other.
We do it to ourselves too, yeah.
What?
Absolutely.
So much.
Absolutely. So I'm very cautious about what I do and who I'm pretty much. I see it when you come. I keep my grass cut low. I don't give a if it's blood or water.
See, like, let me tell you this.
Especially blood.
Let me tell you this. Listen, you have to be. It's a terrible thing when you have to be careful of your own people. Like we've got. We
just people of color, but people of family too.
We moved from a neighborhood because our own people was going crazy. In the beginning, we moved from a house that we owned in the beginning to a house that we were just renting just to get out of there. And that house was 6 bedrooms. We moved to a 3-bedroom because that house was where a lot of people of our color was doing something crazy. Now we actually started buying this property, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, we were renting it. You know what I mean? But
we was paying 6.
we paying $600 there.
Now we paying 13.
You know, when we
Well,
bought the house,
let
we
me
were
ask you a
paying.
question.
We was just paying taxes.
Yeah,
Just
Absolutely.
taxes.
taxes.
No mortgage,
ask
no,
you a
just straight
question.
taxes.
How's your peace? Is your peace okay? Mentally?
They trickle over here still.
So let me explain it to you. So he's not from here. I am. He's from Jersey. I'm from Pennsylvania. Chester, PA. I don't know if you know where Chester, PA is.
I know where Atlanta is.
You know where Philly is?
Up there.
Okay.
I know where it is. My sister from Philly is there.
Okay, so I'm like,
I do.
so Chester's like 10 minutes away from the Philadelphia airport.
Okay.
And it's like a 2-mile, 3-mile city. That's it. That's all you got. Just imagine living in a city like that with maybe 6 projects in one city, 1 high school, a couple middle schools, like 3 middle schools, 3 middle schools, maybe 2 elementary schools. So now, big time drug dealers, big time gangs. You got the Crips, you got the Bloods, you got all of that out there in that 2.5, almost 3-mile city. So they're just shooting and killing all day, every day. Now we have sons. He's from Jersey, so so I moved with him to Jersey in the beginning, but then we came back and we moved to Delaware, but then we came back to Chester because Delaware is just too expensive to live at. But when we lived there, we had a protection, first of all. I had a praying grandmama. She took everything to the altar. I had a praying grandmama. And it was, where we lived at, it was safe. But I still had sons that we had to make sure that we had to get out of that city.
Absolutely.
No matter
Absolutely.
what, you still have to get them out that city. So when it was time for our kids to go to high school, we was paying people to use their addresses before we even moved. We was paying for private school.
And it's unfortunate that you have to do that, but do you know a lady went to jail for 7 years because she used her mama's address to get her kids a better education. But I respect it. You do what you got to do to make sure the kids get a better education. You do whatever it takes.
We had to.
Even if you got a homeschooler.
We had to. So we either paid. We was paying for private school, and then the district that we was paying for, we just moved into. But it is a prejudice place.
I respect it. Mm-hmm.
It is very prejudiced. Very. I'm sorry y'all on the live. I know y'all follow us and I know y'all love us. But I'm just speaking the truth. Y'all know it is.
Let me ask you a question. Smith, one of your sons are here. The last week you and I we hosted together.
The one with the dreads?
I think he
Dark
was one
skin?
of the yes.
Okay, yeah.
How old is he?
He's 18. He's in college.
Okay. Is he there?
Yes.
Is y'all there?
Mm-hmm.
Can he come to Mike for just a moment? It's okay. I want to ask him a question. Okay,
it's going to be slow because he broke his ankle the other day, but hold on. Hey, Manny!
Hold up. I'm not sure if all the kids got the same name.
They do.
Is it you all?
They all got the same name.
That's right. She said, yeah, I love that. I said, you can't go wrong with that, baby.
See, like, it's funny, like, I named all my kids Walter. I mean, it was like,
yeah.
So I believe in the power of names. So like, whatever you call somebody, they become that. Like, say, if I call you winner, you're going to become a winner. If I call you loser, you're going to think you're a loser. If I call you great, you're going to feel great. If I call you no good, you're going to feel no good. So I assumed in my mind and said, if I'm going to name my kids, my sons, after any man, I'm going to name them after me.
It's going to be you.
So I don't care what nobody say. He's Walter. He's Walter. He's Walter. He's Walter. He's Walter. And I got down to the nickname. My nickname is Man. So now when it came down to it, I try to keep it going. He's Little Man. He's Man. He's Manny. He's Manny Man. Yeah, I kept it all going. Hey, I kept it to the point. And then they picked up the same traits that I had. They did the same thing that I did. I boxed. They boxed. I played football. They played football. Even my girls played football. You know what I mean? The things that I do, they pick those traits up. That name is this. You hear the song when they talk about God, they say it's something about the name Jesus, right? See, if his name was Satan, he'd be something completely different, right? But they call him Jesus.
So your name stands for.
So
your name stands for we all live together every day respectfully. Walter, we all live together every day respectfully.
There we go. You know what I mean? And we kept it going. I kept it going to everybody. Then my son had a son, named his son Walter. My other son had another son, named his son Walter. You know what I mean? She want to talk to you.
I think I met him.
Mm-hmm.
It was you. How are you doing?
Good.
You hurt? How the hell you hurt your ankle? How you break your ankle? What happened?
You don't even want to know.
He's playing with a.
I don't want to know. You was skating?
No.
He's playing with a paper airplane outside.
That he made out of Christmas wrapping paper.
And got hurt.
So Walter, you know what your name, what your and dad name stand for? We all live together every day respectfully.
Nice.
So I want to. With you, you have your dad's name, right? And your mom is the queen of her. So we got a king and a queen, right? Make sure that you do whatever it takes to hold his name in greatness. Because at the end of the day, you are a reflection of him. You are the seed of him, but you are the heartbeat of your mama. So you have been blessed to have a king on your right and a queen on your left. That's your front, back, your side, both sides. You make sure you hold that name with greatness. You understand? Are you the oldest?
No.
Okay, well, you are one of the oldest.
No. You're not one of the oldest.
He's not one of the oldest?
He's one of the oldest.
He's one of the oldest.
It's 14, but he's not one of the oldest.
You're older than the youngest. I remember that.
He's in the middle.
I remember. I'm sorry. He's in the middle.
He in the middle.
I remember meeting you
older than somebody,
on the
so
live.
he's one of the oldest.
And you were the only one I knew, so I wanted you to say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I wanted to make sure that you understood that you have great parents. They are God-fearing, and you got a name of your daddy. You understand? It's greatness. You up and don't be flying on paper planes no more.
Yeah, you do the paper planes alone.
Leave them alone. They're dangerous, baby. They're dangerous. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I'll see you.
See you. No one ever knew paper planes could be so dangerous. After that, I never folded them up again. Somebody said, "Keep it."
And wait. Listen to this. I said, go to the hospital. So he has to be back to school on the 8th. But football starts for him on the 28th.
Okay.
And he just did this on Friday?
Oh, that was David left when he talked to him.
He did it on Friday, I think. But I said, let's go to the hospital. He said, I'm a G. It don't hurt. It ain't nothing. I seen it swelling because I broke my ankle on a skating ring like that a couple years ago, maybe 4 years ago. And he was like, no. So we went to Chuck E. Cheese for 3 hours, played. It was swelling. And I'm like, oh no, we gotta go. Everybody, he kept saying, no,